Hello, and welcome to the May 2026 CAOR, Cherokee Association of Realtors Education Report, reporting on April numbers. And it's Karen Cunningham, our amazing, literate, goofy account executive, and me, your former board president, and reporting on the statistics. And we just want to say thank you because we know the Cherokee Association members, all 1,600 plus of us, serve our communities every day, and there's an amazing opportunity for you to serve. We'll show you towards the end of this video. We help protect private property rights, and we elevate our profession every day in every way, so thank you for that. I switched the slides up a little this month, and I'm showing the accumulation side first. In April of 2026, at the end of the month, we had 1,293 active listings, and that's up 23 over the previous month, which is interesting. We had 187 over $1 million. Wow. That's 14.5%. That's basically 1 out of every 6 homes is over $1 million for sale in Cherokee County. And 30 of them closed in April, which is a little higher, and I would have expected something different from the numbers. Looking over here at over 900,000 to $1 million, we have 44 active and 12 sales. Days on market have come down across the board, but they're still a lot longer than they were since most of you got into the business, and they've come up to 2 to 3 months on average, which means half of them are above and half of them are below. But you might want to, if you've had a listing and it's been on the market for more than 2 months, you might want to have a discussion with them. Yeah. 8 to 900,000, we have 73 actives and 17 sales. 7 to 800,000, 137 active and 21 sales. 6 to 700,000, 159 and 35. We can come down. Where we really hit the sweet spot is between 300 and 500,000, or 600,000 in these. And we have a total of almost 300 sales of the ones that closed out of 391. So if you're going to identify a market, you might want to look in the $300,000 to $600,000 range. Under 300,000, that seems to be a Mendoza line or a barometer for some reason. We had 45 active listings, although 1 or 2 of them were in Cherokee, Alabama. I don't know why they come in, but they're there. We had 15 sales, which is more than that, but we had 44 active, which was really sort of a huge number. But there was a modular home, there was a couple of leasehold, there were 11 fixer-uppers, and these are self-identified as fixer-uppers. They either say investor-owned or investor potential, or they say fixer-upper in the remarks. 24 are attached housing, and 6 are move-in ready. If we look over here, we have 28 coming on the market. Under contract, we have 484 under contract, which is a good number because if 3/4 of those close, we're looking at 300 to 400, sales next month closing. If you look at what the median price is under contract, it's 500 to 525. So our median price should come up a little, but last month the median price dropped to 460,000. And why is this important? Well, when we look this year as to what's happened with our prices, we've come down from a peak of last year of 518 down to 460. And at the end of last year, we were at 505. For the brunt of the year, we were at 494. Today, we're at 470, average price for the year so far. So are we seeing a trend? I think it's almost time to say, yes, we've seen a trend that home prices are dropping a little. And this is interesting because interest rates have come down, and this is the month the new Fed chair takes over. Be interested to see what happens with interest rates, but it means that homes are a little bit more affordable than they were. So tell your buyers this, if they're sitting on the fence, it's not time to sit on the fence anymore. Prices have come down, interest rates have come down, and there's more on the market. Yeah, it's time to buy a house. It's time to buy a house. Doesn't mean that it's a bad time to sell a house. Remind your sellers, okay? So here's what I'm telling my sellers, and ask your broker if this language is appropriate for you. But let's say somebody bought a house in 220 or in 2020, and they paid $310,000 for it, and now it's worth $470. Okay,
That's not a bad ROI.
No, they used to think it was worth $515.
Right.
Okay, so you're coming in there saying, well, my house was worth $515 last year. And I said, yeah, today's numbers and looking in the micro market in your zip code or your school district or your neighborhood, the numbers show this. You have to do a good professional pricing analysis or current market analysis for them. Show them this and use this language. You've already won the real estate lottery. If I had told you, Karen, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, that when you bought this house for $375,000, that it was going to be worth $470,000 or $100,000 more 5 years from now, you would have said,
I'll take it.
Yeah, I want to buy two. I want to buy
take that
three.
deal.
Because it's gone up roughly $20,000 a year
Yes.
over the last few years. So still good news, not a bad time to sell. But if this trend continues, the newspapers are going to pick up on it, and it's going to say home prices are falling, and then buyers, we're going to get into that new real estate cycle where our market is continuing to fall for a little bit. The number of sales went up dramatically last month to 391, wow, which is nice. We're still down on the average for the year, but if you look, I would like these numbers to be almost 100 higher because we have more houses now than we did back in 2012. But last month at 272, we were sort of around 2016 or so levels. We've now come back to 2017, 2018 levels in terms of numbers of sales. And I would bet next month we see a number that's very comparable to 350, 360. Okay. When I chart it out, this is the pricing. I wish I was better at charts, but here's 2025, here's 2024, here's 2026, here's 2023, 2022, 2021, 2020. If you look, virtually every year, other than whatever year this was, which was relatively flat, and here we are back to this month was the COVID in 2020. If you really look at this, and this was the following year of COVID, prices shouldn't be going down. Each year, somewhere in the middle of the year, around June, we tend to hit the peak in terms of prices. Our trend is down. So I'm going to be really looking at May. I hope it pops back up a little. If the numbers hold true, meaning that's what's under contract close, we should pop back up to be in this area, but we'll have to see. We just have to see. So, Disraeli said hundreds of years ago, there's lies, damn lies, and statistics. Use this how you want to use it. But with my sellers, I'm telling them, you want to price your home such that it's the next one that sells in this market. Because if we are in a downward moving market, we want to be the next home that sells because that becomes the new comp, and appraisers use that as the comparable. And so little bit of uncertainty right now. Talk with your brokers, talk with your other top producers, play with it, see what they're saying to their buyers and sellers. Easier to talk to the buyers right now than maybe some of our sellers that are still expecting to get these prices when we're getting these prices.
Yeah. Each
house is individual, each neighborhood is individual. Make sure you go down to the micro level. Just showing this the same. This is the Georgia Association of Realtors. You can always find this by going to gra.stats.showingtime.com/reports. It's a month behind. This is not April, this is March, but it's showing that the attached housing has dropped relatively sharply from last year, and the single family houses up 1.1%. It's about even for those of us that are visual. These are the charts for the Georgia Association of Realtors. Townhouses, Cherokee County, you can see it's dropped from peak, and the single family houses, here was the peak, and we're dropping. And this is sort of funny, is on this chart, they use the average sales price, but on this chart, they use the median sales price. Most economists use median sales price. Just short statistical information session. I'm turning on Professor Stott and my teacher's assistant, Karen Cunningham. In stats, if you have a large enough number, an outlier, either something really high or really low, can affect the stats. So if you a small enough number. So if we have 40 sales and one house sold for 10 million, that's going to raise the average price 40,000.
Right.
And so that's too high. The median price means half above, half below, and you need a large number to use the median price. And so it's more valid, the median price, when we look at the state as general or the country as general, rather than just Cherokee County or a particular neighborhood. That's why you need to go down to the micro level with your clients. And so if you have questions, you can always ask me. I'm happy to spend some time, but your brokers have been in business. They're smart. You talk with them too. For rent, what do you do if you can't buy in this market?
You rent.
You rent. And our rental statistics are not as good as our sales statistics. We have virtually every sale. 97, 98% of all the sales get entered into our databases. For rent, we have so many private renters and we have so many corporations that don't report everything. The numbers aren't as good, but they give you a good feeling. Right now, we have 86 single-family homes on the market. The median price is $26.60. So remember, I was talking just a second ago. We have somebody asking $10,000 a month for the rental. Because there's only 86, that $10,000 a month raises the average price a whole lot to $33.28. And it just doesn't. Average and median are useful. Median works better in larger numbers. Average may work better in smaller numbers. So if you're doing just the neighborhood, use average. If you're doing the whole county or area, use the median. We closed 271 in the last 6 months. So that means we're closing 35 or so per month. And the median sales price or lease price for a single family house is $23.45, which is fairly, significantly less than $26.60. But if you look at what the 4-bedroom, 2 baths are renting for, it's $25.12. For the attached homes, the median asking price is $2,300. The median rental price is $2,100. So people are renting over $2,000 a month for a townhouse, and it's expensive to rent in there. Using that, if you use, most property managers are going to use a 3-to-1 income ratio. So $2,100, they're going to be looking for $6,300 a month. They're going to be looking for somebody making about $75,000 a year to rent a townhouse. And on a single family house, you're adding, it's up to about $80,000 a year. Median income somewhere $95,000 to $105,000 in Cherokee County. So the 3-to-1 assumes there's no other debts, which means they're spending a third of their income on a house.
Right.
And so it's expensive to live in Cherokee County. And this is why people are going to be calling you, asking you to help them find a rental, help them find a house, that sort of thing. And it always gets fun. I had somebody call me this morning. They want a rental. They want a master on the main, and they're willing to spend up to $1,800 a month.
Oh,
and
gosh.
I'm like,
well,
you could get the master on the main, but not the rest of the house. And we're sitting there. It's a problem, and it's a challenge. And that's why people need real estate agents. My father, who was in real estate for over 40 years, ex-nuclear sub-captain, and whenever there was a problem, we used to have 103 agents or something like that. Somebody would come to him with a problem. He says, awesome! He would say, thank God for the problems, because without problems, we wouldn't need real estate agents.
that's right.
From Karen Cunningham, our amenable executive, amazing executive, one of the opportunities we have to serve the community is
Our Ministries summer lunch program. This is literally my favorite thing. And for anybody that's not familiar, the summer lunch program provides breakfast, snacks, and lunches for the kids in Cherokee County who participate in the reduced or free lunch programs. So in a lot of cases, a lot of kids, they go to school and that's where they eat. And that really sucks. There's no other way to put it. And so being able to fill these bags with all of this food so that they can have a summer of keeping their bellies full is so important. And I just love this program so much. So a few ways you can get involved in this is you can collect non-perishable food items like microwave, raviolis, mac and cheese, those kind of things, granola bars, instant oatmeal, little boxes of cereal, anything like that that is non-perishable and easy to prepare. Or you could participate in our Braves raffle. Thank you, Gas South, for providing 2 awesome Braves tickets.
How do you find this? Go to Cherokee Association of Realtors, click the calendar, click the 15th.
Yep.
And it makes it easy. You can make a donation.
You can make a financial contribution. You can get in on the Braves raffle, or you can just provide non-perishable foods that we can either pick up from your office or you can drop them off at the association office. Every bit of it is super appreciated.
Yeah, I participate on a couple of other things, and the Holly Springs Optimist Club is one of them. If you'd like to join us. It's a great organization. But the Holly Springs Optimist Club supports food, and what we've discovered is that 1 out of 6 children go to school hungry every day. I don't know about you guys, but if I'm hungry, I'm angry.
Yes.
And when I'm angry, I'm not learning anything.
No.
And summer, it gets even worse because these kids don't have the lunch to count on and the snacks that go through the day. It's amazing the number of people in Cherokee County that need food. As a Cherokee Association of Realtors, we support Dominic's Food Bank, we support Never Alone Food Pantry, and we support the Must Ministries.
Yes.
It's a small way you guys can participate. Please, $10 makes a difference.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Makes a difference. And if you want to get something back for it, you get a chance to win 2 tickets to the Braves game on June 18th. At 7:15, they're playing the Giants, who are doing better this year. So could be a good game. And by the way, our Braves, I just saw them beat the Dodgers 2 out of 3. I think I said that already in LA. But they're the #1 team ranked in baseball right now.
Wow.
So these tickets are a hot item.
Yes, absolutely.
So these tickets, by the way, I just bought tickets in LA. They're a little more expensive than here. $10, you got 2 tickets, you're getting the deal of the century.
That's right. That's
there
right.
Coming back to this, we also have something on September 10th. I'm not going to tell you what it is because it's going to be fun. It's going to be in the evening, like 6 to 9. There's going to be food. There's going to be music. There's going to be fun. And just save the date, right?
Save the date. I'm so excited. I'll just say, like, the Gen X in me is just so excited about this.
And that's all the clue we'll give you right now. If you want more, just give me a call or an email. I'll show you how in a second, and I'll give you some more clues for it. But this may be the event of the year, other than I think the charity pitch battle in August that we have. But stay tuned for next month. And as always, you guys, we appreciate you so much. If you have questions, you think I'm an idiot, email mike.stott@mac.com. If you think this was great, let Karen know.
Yes, please.
Bye-bye.
Bye.